So for this, what we want to do is first off, copy our source data so that we have a clean copy of it to work with. And then what I did is I sorted the SAT so that all of the dashes are at the bottom because I can't use a regression when I don't have data for it. So what I want to do is I want to select those two columns and I want to say insert chart. And what I want is a scatter plot. Now, I can see right now that it's not giving me a scatter plot. It's giving me these two pieces of data that are not really connected. So I have my GPA and then I have my SAT score. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that I use column D as labels. So now I actually have ordered pairs of data. So you can see that 3.585 and 950 go together. I want to modify this a little bit. So I'm going to go to my vertical axes in the customize piece, and I want to say my minimum value was 900. I think that was my lowest SAT score. And then I still don't have a regression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in my customize, I'm going to go to series, and I go down to trend line, and I want to label it with the equation. I'm also going to put in the R squared value here just to show you what it is, but we'll come back to that down the road. So what this means is that if I'm trying to use GPA, how it's related to SAT score, I would take my GPA, multiply it by 223, and then add 494, and that should be my SAT score. Now we can see there's a lot of misses here, right? That's not everything is perfectly on that line. So there's a lot of variation for it. We could also see these values though. I can use two built-in functions. So I'm gonna say slope, and this equals slope, and I take the Y data first. So I take this value, and then I take the X data, and that value, 223, is what shows up right here. I can also find my intercept. Very similar process, equals intercept, and then Y data, and then X data. And then there you go. There's my 494. So that's going to come back and be important when we start looking at a residual plots on our next piece here. But that is how you can get a linear regression visually, and also you could do it manually without having to look at the graph if you needed to.